Have you ever wished you could step through a doorway and walk directly into Idaho's past? Well, today, that's exactly what we're doing. Join me as we explore one of eastern Idaho's hidden treasures, the Bannock County Historical Museum in Pocatello, Idaho. From pioneer homes to historic printing presses to Native American artifacts and a full walk-through replica of the legendary Fort Hall, this museum brings Idaho's story to life in a way that few places can. The museum does an incredible job of transforming history from something you simply read about into something you can actually experience. I'm Val, this is Seevalwander, and let's take a field trip together. The invention of movable type revolutionized human history. Books became more affordable, newspapers connected communities, and educational opportunities expanded. In many ways, the printing press was the internet of its era. While many of us carry a smartphone capable of publishing information around the world in seconds, there was a time when every newspaper, flyer, book, and announcement required enormous machines, skilled operators, and a lot of patience. This machine is called a proof press. Think of it as the quality control department of the printing world. Before printers produced hundreds or thousands of copies, they would create a test print called a proof. The proof allowed them to check for spelling mistakes, missing letters, uneven ink, or layout problems before beginning a full production run. This remarkable invention completely changed the newspaper industry. Before the linotype machine, printers had to place individual metal letters or set type by hand, one character at a time. Imagine typing an entire newspaper by picking up every single letter and placing it into position manually. The linotype made the process dramatically faster. Operators typed on a keyboard, and the machine assembled molds that cast entire lines of metal type at once. The linotype machine entered commercial use in 1886. When Thomas Edison saw the linotype machine, he reportedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Imagine trying to post a message on social media today, but first you had to melt metal, cast your words into a solid block, ink it, and run it through a press. Suddenly waiting a few seconds for a web page to load doesn't seem so bad. I think our generation might be spoiled, just a little bit. Nearby sits one of the museum's most charming treasures, a beautifully preserved dollhouse. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Tiny furniture, miniature decorations, carefully constructed rooms, every detail tells a story. The museum also features recreated pioneer homes that offer a glimpse into daily life on the frontier. Water had to be carried, wood had to be chopped, and families often lived in surprisingly small spaces. Then I stumbled across something that brought back an unexpected memory from my own childhood. An old telephone switchboard. Before modern automated phone systems, operators physically connected calls by plugging cords into various ports. And here's the funny part. I actually worked a switchboard. One that looked very much like this one when I was in elementary school. The museum's transportation exhibits are equally impressive. Visitors can see a historic stagecoach, an early fire truck, and a hand-operated water pump cart. Before paved highways and modern emergency services, communities relied heavily on equipment like this. Look at how tall this is. It comes up to my shoulder. Look at the size of this wheel. It's taller than I am. Pocatello and a lot of eastern Idaho owes much of its growth and success to the railroad. In the late 1800s, the city became a major transportation hub where the Oregon Short Line Railroad established operations in the area. The railroad brought jobs, businesses, travelers, and new opportunities, helping transform Pocatello from a small frontier settlement into one of Idaho's most important cities. For decades, railroad workers and their families formed the backbone of the local economy, and trains carried goods, mail, and passengers across the region. Because of its vital role in the connecting communities throughout the West, Pocatello earned the nickname the Gate City. Today, railroad history remains an important part of the city's identity and serves as a reminder of how transportation helped shape and develop Idaho. One of the most beautiful sections of the museum highlights Native American history and culture. The displays include stunning clothing, beadwork, photographs, and artifacts that help tell the story of the Shoshone and Bannock peoples who have lived throughout this region for generations. I'm not sure what this is. I'm thinking it might be some sort of like a bell or chime system. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments below. I knew what this was the minute I saw it. Boy, am I glad that I never had to undergo a permanent this way. And then we arrive at what many visitors consider the crown jewel of the museum, the Fort Hall replica. The original Fort Hall was established in 1834 by Nathaniel Jarvis Wyeth. Originally built as a fur trading post, it quickly became one of the most important locations in the American West and a critical stop along the Oregon Trail and California Trail. As I explored the fort, one profession stood out above all others: the blacksmith. Need a horseshoe? See the blacksmith. Need wagon repairs? See the blacksmith. Need tools fixed? See the blacksmith. On the frontier, blacksmiths were mechanics, welders, engineers, and repair specialists all rolled in one. The fort also tells the stories of traders, settlers, Native Americans, soldiers, and families who crossed paths here. Every room represents people pursuing opportunity, survival, and new beginnings. One of my favorite parts of this visit wasn't just the exhibits, it was the people. The museum staff and curators were welcoming, knowledgeable, and genuinely excited to share history. Whether you're fascinated by pioneer life, Native American history, the Oregon Trail, historic technology, transportation, printing, or simply love discovering remarkable stories, this museum offers something for everyone, including this old western town, which I'm going to leave for you to discover. Remember, history isn't just about dates and names. History is about people, the choices they made, the challenges they faced, and the stories they left behind. Thanks for joining me on this field trip. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to see you back again. Until then, thanks for watching.